In the Pits is partnered with the Splat Zone Trinity 3-Man Paintball Series. The series, put on by Splat Zone Indoor Paintball, offers a fun and competitive opportunity for tournament play for players of all experience levels. Beginner, Division 5, and Open 3v3 X-Ball gives all players a chance to gather two friends and have some fun. Are you a beginner interested in playing, but worried your setup won't be competitive? Not to worry, Splat Zone will have several setups on hand for beginner division players if needed. The series is even investing in bringing my personal ref crew from outside the Houston area, guaranteeing that your experience that day will be run smoothly and fairly. Registration is live now for the season opener on Sunday, May 25th, so grab two friends and get signed up today. In the Pits is partnered with Bem Wraps. Behind every mask is a unique and creative player. Tap into it when you order your next custom headpiece. Their Build-A-Band lets you communicate with them one-on-one to make your order just the way you want, all the way down to the color of the stitch. Check out their Instagram at BemWraps for drops and build videos of them working on orders. They offer very competitive pricing, so reach out today to get started on your own one-of-a-kind headpiece. In the Pits is partnered with 71 Designs. Owned and operated by veteran Wade Martin, and partnered with fellow Texas brand Compete. 71 Designs can take your ideas for soft goods, merchandise, and casual wear and make them a reality. Message 71 Designs on Facebook or Instagram to get started today. In the Pits is partnered with QBR. Are you seeking to heal and recover from the toll that paintball puts on the mind and body? QBR has the solution for you. Head to QBRofficial.com and use code PITS10 for 10% off of your order, plus free shipping. QBR, they don't sell broccoli. In the Pits is partnered with XTPL Events. The Extreme Tournament Paintball League is a series put on by the Lukow family of paintball fit fame that gives the opportunity for players to learn and grow together as a team. 3-man, Challengers and Champions X-Ball, Draft Mech X-Ball, Super 7s, U3v3, even glow-in-the-dark Mech X. There's something for everyone at XTPL. Not to mention prize tosses, raffles, and the infamous paintball munching contest. Events happen throughout the year, and the prizes never disappoint. Sign up for an XTPL event today on PB Leagues. In the Pits is partnered with Hydra. Designed by players for players, you can outfit yourself in Hydra gear from head to toe. Have confidence that when you make a purchase from Hydra, you are purchasing a well-tested and well-thought-out product, trusted by several top teams, including World Cup Pro Champions Paintball Fit. I personally recommend their Hydra Black knee pads. Purchases over $100 receive free shipping. Head to hydra.fit to browse their selection and discover the Hydra mentality. In the Pits is partnered with Texas Pro player Jared Sherman. In a world where saving time means making money, Jared's local seed bank is making waves in Texas, carrying a large assortment of Texas-approved varieties for use in the Texas Hemp Program, seeds for novelty use, as well as premium genetics bred for solventless extraction. Jared Sherman has the ability to satisfy even the most sophisticated collectors. Head to his website and use code INTHEPITS for 10% off of your orders. In the Pits is partnered with Mariachi Águilas de Oro. Based in Austin and servicing the surrounding areas, these Golden Eagles will bring life to any event you are having, from birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, corporate events, or even a simple performance to enjoy. Guillermo Padilla, one of their trumpet players, is also a member of the Texas paintball scene. Visit them on Facebook and Instagram to check out some of their past performances, or give them a call to book them for your event today. In the Pits is partnered with the San Antonio 3v3 Paintball Series. The series provides local players with an affordable, fun opportunity to experience the excitement of tournament paintball and has already seen events sell out. I personally am the head referee for the series, and I can't wait to see you there. Visit SAT3v3.com for details on upcoming events, or head to PB Leagues to register your team today. In the Pits is partnered with Get Dat Shot. Get Dat Shot is a local Texas videographer with numerous events experience filming on the Major League Paintball Pro field. Needing coverage for an upcoming event? Message him at getdat_shot on Instagram and let him know In the Pits sent you. In the Pits is partnered with Paintball Kumite. Paintball Kumite is a program designed by Colt Roberts of professional team San Antonio X Factor to take paintball players of all ages, experience levels, and skill groups and mold them into champions. The program breaks the game down into small, easy to learn sessions designed to help you master the fundamentals so that you can elevate your game. Newcomers to the program get a free 1-hour introductory class when mentioning In the Pits. To sign up for a class, message at Paintball Kumite on Instagram. Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to episode 141 of In the Pits Paintball Podcast. This podcast is focused on everything that has to do with the paintball scene here in Texas, from professional players and teams to new divisional programs, local tournament series, field owners, Texas-based brands, even photographers and videographers. Every week, we'll have a short and sweet episode with a new topic and new special guest. I'm Christian Dallas Smith. I'm a player for the Texas Titans. In this episode, we are going in the pits with Jimmie Burden, owner of Dirty by Design. Jimmie, how are you doing this evening?
Doing good this evening, Christian. Thanks for having me on. How about you?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to get you on. This past weekend was a very busy one across the state of Texas. Up in your neck of the woods, we had the XTPL events going on. And then in San Antonio, I was the ultimate referee for Sasha's San Antonio 3v3 series, which was pretty much sold out again, if I have that right. So a lot of paintball being played.
That's awesome.
Did you guys enter lines into XTPL for this go?
So at XTPL, I wasn't there. I was actually traveling to nationals with the UNT college team. But in XTPL, we had the Beefy Boys, we had the Beefy Pirates, the Beefy Babes. Beefy Babes took first. Pirates and the Beefy Boys struggled a little bit, but still had a good showing from them too.
Man, I didn't even register that the NCPA nationals were this weekend as well. Yeah. And I didn't realize that you were UNT alum.
So I'm not alum. I'm more of friends with some of the current students, and they chose to have jerseys done through us, and I coached them at the last event.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got my start through NCPA with the Texas Longhorns, and it's something that I'm like just really hoping makes a strong comeback. But at the same time, it's difficult to have your hat in a bunch of different arenas in paintball.
It really is.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get this started. So this first one, speaking of, is brought to us by XTPL Events. So for those listening that maybe don't know about you, how long have you been involved in the Texas paintball scene?
So I first played in about 2000. Played with my older cousins, his friends, and another group of guys. And we literally played in fields randomly. And we kept 3 guns or 3 balls in our guns. And that's how I first played. My first tournament was with some high school buddies. I literally think we were just called the Red Oak Kids. It was a tournament that JD put on a long time ago, and man, we got stomped on. You know, spiders versus auto cockers and auto mags, but it was a good time.
Love it. Yeah, I sometimes forget just how long JD Lukow has been putting on tournaments. Like XTPL is not a recent development by any means. JD's been doing it for decades.
So I'll be 37 this year. I got my first real paintball gun from JD at Elf Shoe Repair whenever I was 11, 12. So
Jeez.
He's at it a long time.
Absolutely. So what teams have you played for or been involved with over the years?
So at that time, me and my cousin and his friends went by the name Rocky's Rabid Raccoons. We wanted to play tournaments, but it was too expensive, so we played a lot of scenario games. We played like Vipers games, Whiz Bangs games, a lot of the older scenario games. And then after that, it was literally just random scenario games for years through high school. You know, go play a little speedball here and there, a little hyperball. I didn't really come back to playing tournaments until 2015, and that was with a team called the Wolves, DFW Adventure Park Wolves. And I caught the bug then, but I got married and took a break, like a lot of us do, man. So that's a big gap for me. Came back, played for the Lost Boys. We were strong at that time, man. We had compete. We had the main line. From there, I played on NTX, which NTX is the team that turned into DMTB to Dirty and what everything is now.
Gotcha. Yeah. The scenario side of paintball is one that I've never stepped foot in, and I feel like I'm missing out, but at the same time, like tournament life is definitely very busy, and it requires your all to be competitive. So I figure one day I'm gonna get in there, but like tell us a little bit more. Like what is the scenario side like?
So I feel like I should mention the scenario teams that I played and traveled a lot with. Loyalty, a team out of Houston, went all over the country with them. And Team Odyssey is who I currently play with. But scenario ball is, you see the memes about 10 man, how everyone's having a good time, drinking, this and that. Imagine a weekend long paintball experience like 10 man. You know, everyone's there to have a good time. They have their little spurts of competitiveness, but it's really just a paintball camping trip that's a good time.
And yeah, I mean, you sold me there. That's
That's
I
really
gotta get on that. So yeah, here in the chat, we definitely got some love for you here. We got Bobby Kramer saying what's up.
What's
Uh,
up, Bobby?
we got Little J in here.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
What's up, Jaden?
so yeah, guys, if you are in the chat, say what's up. If you have any questions that you would like to ask Jimmie, go ahead, get them in the chat, and we'll sprinkle them in throughout the show. So, Jimmie, this one's brought to us by QBRofficial.com. So tell us, what was it that got you into paintball to begin with?
So, whenever I was about 10 years old, one of my older cousins showed up with a plastic Brass Eagle paintball gun. And he said, if I let him shoot me, he would let me shoot him. And once I just realized like how much fun it was to try to not get shot, I've taken my breaks. I got married through high school, played a lot of sports. So I didn't play a lot then, but that's what really got me. It's like a real life game, a real life Fortnite like people play now.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, just hey, your entry into the game is getting shot. That it like a lot of the people that I've had on the show, it seems to me they're welcome into the world of paintball is more like them getting jumped into paintball.
I mean,
It's crazy how that rush of adrenaline really hooks you.
yeah, it definitely does, man.
Yeah. So this one is brought to us by the San Antonio 3v3 series, which Sasha, you put on a great event, and registration is open for the next event, which is June 1st. It's titled Event 3 Hot Paint Summer. So yeah, go get signed up. And they've got space for everybody to play, whether you're a beginner, whether you're D5, or even open X ball. This past event, we saw one team, MX Dead Legion, had Nico Hyde, Diego, and Geronimo. So you got two current pro players with the Tauntauns, and then Nico Hyde, a former Houston Heat player, entered all together as the line, and they didn't win. They took third. So it doesn't matter who is there on the other side of the field in this open division games. Like anybody can get it out there. So I encourage everybody to sign up, especially if you are a higher ranked player. Come back to 3v3 and just see how much fun it really is. So yeah, so throughout your time in the Texas paintball scene, what have you noticed, like the changes that you've noticed, either for better or for worse?
The main changes have been like, and this is like paintball in general, is just the gear. Like we don't shoot at 15 balls a second anymore. Like that's one of the main changes. A lot of the same people are still playing. They're bringing up their kids. We're getting plenty of new people playing, but as far as changes, I would say a big one since I've been involved is everything that Fit's done. You know what they created 5, 6. It's been. I don't want to misquote the years, but it's been some years since they started it, and what they've done has been huge. Uh, Man, like there's all kinds of scenario producers that when Viper decided to retire, a lot of them picked up games. So that is still going. You know, maybe we don't get 1,000 player games in Texas like we used to anymore, but I believe that'll come back, man. It's really just been the gear. You know, Fit has really changed the game. Uh, you know, and everyone else has had their fields. They've done cool things. You know, everyone does a zombie hunt now. They didn't used to whenever I started. Uh, it really, I think paintball in general has gotten better since I was a kid. It's a lot more accessible. You know, it's not just the same 20 guys that can get on the hyperball field and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think the accessibility thing is huge. Part of it being because at least in Texas, there's definitely people have a lot of pride in Texas, and
Yes, they do.
yeah, and anytime someone comes up with a cool idea, then that means the other fields across the state have to start doing it. And then just like the innovation battles kind of go back and forth, like with the zombie hunt thing, the first field that I know of that did the zombie hunt, I believe was Houston Zone, either that or Outlaw Paintball in Pflugerville. And then after that, the next iteration was Nightball, which really made popular when Fit came out with their LED setup. And everybody else had to get Nightball and start offering it. And now Fit with the glow in the dark events, and the way the champs challengers are structured, like you're even seeing like fields across the country have that set up to where even like the pro players local in that area can come back and play tournaments locally. So I think Texas having as much pride as it has definitely kept that fire going.
Yes, sir. I do think, I believe we'll start seeing more of the glow ball setups that Fit put out as well, which
Yeah.
be good, man. Not glow ball is a really good time. It gets a lot of people interested that wouldn't normally come. And then once they realize it doesn't hurt that bad, we got another player.
Yeah, absolutely. I played two glow events or three glow events last year. Two of them were the first two when it was like really really cold. But they of course Fit thinking of everything and thinking of how to take care of the players. They installed those those aircraft hangar heaters in the pits, and then we just kept on going, kept playing paintball. So yeah, I think just the innovations coming out of Texas. Texas is, I would say, right now anyway, is the mecca because it is the leader in all of these innovations, and all of the rest of the country is having to play catch up.
I would agree with you, man. And I was at some of those cold glows when they first did them. That first one was very cold, man.
Oh yeah, I remember it was not fun. Well, it was fun,
You know, it's
but
paintball, so it is fun,
yeah,
but yeah.
yeah, definitely recommend going later in the year when it's above freezing. So yeah, this next question, and actually before I get to the question, we got Robert Jordan from After the Buzzer saying hello. What's up, Robert? So this next one is brought to us by another three-man series, the Splat Zone Trinity three-man, which I'm also going to be the ultimate ref for over in Houston at the Splat Zone Indoor Paintball Field, Central Houston. And the registration is live now. I know like a lot of three-man teams are playing the San Antonio 3v3. They're playing the XTPL. And now that that's behind us, the APC Splat Zone Trinity three-man series is the next one up on the calendar. So that's going to be on Sunday, May 25th. Again, they've got the open X ball. I strongly encourage teams out there to go check it out. So Jimmie, so let's start with your background more as a player. So you talked about like coming back into tournaments briefly in 2015 before getting married, and then your first, I would say, your like deep dive into tournaments was 2021 with Compete. So what was it that hooked you in 2015, and then what was it that like encouraged you to make that full deep dive in 2021?
So in 2015, me and Curtis Cordigay, which a lot of y'all know him, him and I, we wanted to play tournaments. So at that time, we worked at DFW Adventure Park. We kind of did like a DFW team called the Wolves, and it was a good time. Then I got married. When I came back, uh, you know, when I came back, the Lost Boys were still at it, had a solid group, 20 guys coming to practice all the time. And I had taken a good break from paintball, focusing on my career, living life. So when I came back and saw that, I was just like, oh, like, what am I doing? I need to be playing. Like, I've been missing playing forever. And I come back and something that, I helped start years ago is still at it. Like, what am I doing not being a part of it? So that's what really got me back into it. We were called Compete. We were Lost Boys powered by Compete.
Love it. Yeah, the paintball still being there when you came back. I know people come in and out of the game all the time, but I'm how does the saying go? It's you're never quitting. You're just taking a break. And I think especially post COVID, you're seeing the scene grow a lot, and a lot of those players are returning players, which
Mm-hmm.
I think is pretty cool. But they're also bringing in like their kids and like the next generation, and it's a cool thing. The community that we have that like anybody like I'm sure whenever you came back in after 6 years away, you're like, oh, I know you, like, and they probably still remembered your name and everything.
So, funny story about that. I was living up near Bonham, Texas, in a little town called Telephone, working in Paris, Texas. And one morning I go to get a tire for my truck, and I see a guy standing over there that has an Empire beanie on. It was Robert Jordan. I went up to him and said, I think I might know you, but I know you play paintball. Like, and it was just him and I didn't like, I don't look like I did 10 years ago, so even 5 years ago, but we knew each other, played paintball, and we seemed familiar. And that's what you're talking about. It's, once you're in, you're in. You have to maintain a certain moral code. You can't just be, you know what I mean, man. But once you're in, you're in.
Yeah, it's such a special thing, and I think in Texas anyway, we're seeing that there's like you can go to any one of these cities and they're just gonna welcome you in. It's not like some other parts of the country where it's like, sorry, if you don't have five, then good luck trying to get on the box. Like here in Texas, everybody's like, yeah, come hop in with us. We'll play a point with you. Like where do you want to go?
For sure.
So this one is brought to us by BEMRAPs. So in 2022, you first helped to found the team Dirty Mike and the Boys, which I believe kind of transitioned. Did you say it kind of transitioned from the team that you helped to found a couple of years back before that with the DFW Lost Boys?
So the way DMTB came about is we were the D5 line, and it was guys that had played a lot that were coming back, maybe couldn't commit before, but now we each had 6 months where we could all practice and hit two-a-days, and really get good. So that team was a compete team. From there, sometimes teams split, especially when there's 20, 30 guys. Like, there's different opinions, and it's really hard to keep even 10 guys going the same way sometimes. So we split from there. We played a couple of events as NTX Outlaws. We had kind of looked like the Dallas Desperados type logo. we had a good time, played three mans in that, and then Mike and I, Dustin Wellborn, Hudson Korth, Julian Solis, Mike Staley, myself. There's a couple other guys, but we're the five that show up most of the time. From NTX, we were like, all right, we're playing three mans, but every time we play a three man, one of us has to sit, or two of us have to sit. So we just need to go for it. We had talked a lot about wanting to travel, and MSXL, you can win a sword, a ninja sword that's engraved. So we set our sights on that, and that's what took us up there.
I love it. Yeah, that was around, I think that was the same year, or maybe just after Bunkerfest did the Tomahawks for the MVPs.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking at mine right there, and that kind of, there was like a little bit of a trend there. I remember seeing the posts online that someone had picked up like 30 swords or something like that from some estate sale, and I think those swords ended up as those trophies at the MSXL. So, how was that experience traveling all the way over there to compete?
So that experience was really good for us, man. Like, we went up there. None of us had played an MSXL before, but we had, played our season with Lost Boys. We had done our little bit of three mans and a couple of, five mans here in Texas. And a lot of us are.
Oh, well, looks like we lost Jimmie. All right, y'all. So give us just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put us in a waiting screen. Oh, Jimmie, can you hear us? Jimmie, you there? All right, y'all. I'm going to put us in a waiting screen here. We will be right back when we get Jimmie back. All right, Jimmie, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
All right, it's all good. Glad to get you back in there pretty quickly. So yeah, we were saying with the traveling over to MSXL.
So MSXL, we took a very stacked line. You can go back and look at PBLI, but we took a lot. Mike, myself, Dustin, Hudson, Julian didn't get to make the trip, but we had like Jared Burgess, Jake Kennedy, like JD Powell, Sean Holloway. We took a line up there to do well. We took, I believe it's 10th or 11th place overall, but to go and travel with a group of friends, like, we always want to win, man, but we got to see Nashville, stayed in a nice Airbnb, ate some good meals together. So even though we didn't place as high as we wanted to, it was a really good experience, man. And it kind of made me realize I can play these locals, but I really enjoy traveling and playing somewhere new.
Yeah, I love it. And it kind of makes me curious why obviously the NXL is the big stage, right? And teams that are able to compete in the NXL, they'll do the traveling, and essentially it's for like the title of like being the best team in the world in that division. But being able, like, there's lots of different regional paintball series that you can go compete in as well, especially in these lower divisions where the price that you're paying is probably like a third entry compared to what you're paying in the NXL. Usually those fields are like paintball parks, so you're getting to travel and see like the conditions that the rest of the country get to go play in. So I'm curious if anybody out there has like kind of done, I guess, their own national scene, but instead of playing the NXL, they go play like maybe an event in the WCPPL, come play the USXBL, go play the MVPS, the MSXL, the TSXL, like just do like a tour of the country kind of that way.
So we also, with DMTB, we went and played almost 2 full seasons of the Rocky Mountain Paintball League. Another great experience.
I love it. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. And like a lot of people think traveling with paintball means that I have to go play in the NXL. That's not the case at all. You can do it with the local leagues. Obviously, the ICPL has their events a couple of times throughout the year. They go to different places. People try to go, especially here in Texas, they'll go down to Mexico to play in the Mexican X Ball League. Some of them will travel to Europe. Like there's lots of opportunities. And I think that just keeping the travel within the US, there's plenty of opportunity as well.
100%, man. Between NXL, the local stuff, ICPL, WCPL, the league out in California is very high level. You know, like if you can win there, you can pretty much win anywhere. So it's not like NXL is the only league that has that level of competition anymore. Like ICPL has a lot of very solid teams that those guys don't play together otherwise.
Yeah, for sure. And for anybody out there listening, especially if you're local to me and like you want to explore some opportunities to go travel to play paintball in other states or like just looking to build connections, like hit me up because I've gotten the pleasure to play in 3 WCPPL events now. And it's a lot of fun. And there are teams out there that are looking for players, especially if you're from Texas, which usually means you're pretty solid at it. So hit me up and I can help you make those connections. So here in the chat, we got more love coming from Arda says, let's go, Jimmy, hashtag UNT.
Let's go.
All right. So this one's brought to us by Mariachi Aguilas de Oro. So it's also important to include that you're not the only one behind the Dirty name. So Mike Staley is your partner with Dirty by Design. Tell us more about how was it that the Dirty name got started?
So we went from NTX to DMTB or Dirty Mike and the Boys. You know, we're a fun group of guys. We're trying to win, but we're, trying to make light of it too. So we went with that name. It kind of stuck, Mike's name, Mike, Dirty Mike, and then the rest of us, the boys, it worked and it was catchy.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. So tell us, I guess, like the business aspect of the Dirty by Design name.
So the business aspect of it, Mike and I both wear almost every hat in the business. He does more of like the digital design work. I do more of like dealing with vendors, dealing with teams. It's close to 50-50 as you could figure it. Like there's some weekends I travel, he stays at home and does all kinds of design work. So we both wear all hats, but he does more design work. I do more of like footwork.
All right. Yeah, it's fair enough. So for those that aren't very familiar with Dirty by Design, you guys do have a website. It's dirtybydesignpb.com.
Yes, sir.
And so tell the people out there listening, like what all does Dirty by Design like deal with? What all do you provide?
So we make custom jerseys for teams, but we make headbands. That's one of the main things that got us going. Headbands, tech tees, jerseys. We have head wraps, pretty nice, and we don't copy anyone's design. We take what we see and we adjust it just a little bit, so it's not going to be exactly like any other company's head wrap or headband. Tech tees, embroidered shirts, printed shirts, hats. We did Fenway hats at one time, barrel socks, and really, we intend to sell our brand stuff and then just general pro shop stuff. Like we always want to have lenses available. We always want to have, squeegees, maybe pod fillers. That's really what we want to do. We want to have the things that our teams would need to win.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, this one's brought to us by Paintball Kumite. So you guys also sponsor several teams out of the Dallas area. Uh, just to name a few, you've got, of course, the namesake. You've got Dirty, which has been competing in the ICPL.
Yes, sir.
You've got Texas Rampage, I believe, entered the three-man line over the Lubbock League, and then you've got the Beefy Boys. So tell us more, like what all you do for these teams.
So I'll change a little bit. So Texas Rampage plays in like XTPL, local stuff like that. We actually had the Lost Boys powered by Dirty playing out in the West Texas Paintball League. And then down at the SAT 3v3, we have another casual line, the Dirty D's, who play there when they're available.
All right. I guess how does your what does your support look like for these teams that you sponsor?
So our support looks like nice shirts, nice jerseys, in the pits with them. You know, we don't sponsor or support a lot of teams because if they're willing to support us and buy our stuff, we need to do more than offer a discount plan. So, you know, I travel with Beefy Boys. I run pods. I go to every NXL with them. That is part of the sponsorship. I don't just expect them to buy stuff from me at a discount. They they have to get something out of it. So that's the type of stuff that we do for our teams. You know, run pods for Rampage. Just went and coached UNT at nationals. Like that's why you won't see us try to make jerseys for every team in the state. Not that we don't want to or that we don't like everyone, but we can't do that much for everyone. We're only two guys, you know, and we've got a couple of the other guys that help us out a lot, but can't do that for everyone, you know.
Hey, but you're saying that you can't do that much for everyone just by running pods for your sponsor teams alone is putting in more work than so many other paintball brands out there that claim to have sponsorship deals. Like if that that sold me in that statement alone. You want to have a sponsor that is willing to go travel, like fly out to NXL events with to run pods for you. Like enough said there.
Yeah, and for that, man, I've only got two legs, two hands, so the Beefy Boys have that for now for NXL. Locally, we've got Beefy Boys lines, Beefy Pirates lines, Rampage. You know, I be in the pits with them, and then any travel with UNT.
I love it. Love it. So yeah, and kind of giving a testament. We've got Philip Middleton here. Says his son Tyler played with you guys at ICPL in Texas and is looking forward to playing with you in Atlantic City in the amateur three man and hopefully to bring home some hardware in a few weeks.
Yeah, Tyler's a baller. Him, Cooper, Logan, Memphis, a group of the kids came up and played an ICPL. They played amateur B with the Lost Boys team. And I mean, we always want to win, but as a team that has never done an ICPL like that before, it was a great time. So we're looking forward to having him back with us too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Tyler's track record in those events is pretty good. I'm pretty sure he's uh, close to batting 100 as far as taking home medals from those events. So you've
So
got yourself a ringer there.
last season, we played D4 three man, and we played against Tyler, and we couldn't shoot him off the break. You know, he was too fast. Like that's just what it was for us in three man last year, you know. So we're thankful to have him with us this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't the old adage if you can't beat him, sign him.
Hey, yeah, that's how it
Love it.
worked this time.
Love it. So this one is brought to us by Jared Sherman and his website texanhemp.com. So throughout your entire career in paintball, do you have a single favorite moment?
Um, I I can I not a single man. Like I've done so much like paintball wise, you know, traveling, refing the Living Legends events, a lot of big scenario games where you're in the middle of 300 people and everyone's pretty much shooting at you, like there's all kinds of really good times, like doing well at tournaments, all like too many, not just one, man.
There's definitely a lot of moments to go around, and in my experience, it's some of the on the field stuff. If it's like a pivotal moment to win the tournament or something like that, those are great. But the ones that stick out in my mind are the moments either like we're just doing dumb stuff in the pits or in between games or
So I do have a recent one from our first ICPL we played as Dirty. I don't know who all was left on the field except for me, Colby Remedios, and Jared Sherman. And it's the mud event that y'all see all the pictures and videos of. Still a great event. We live in that mud here. So, but near the end of the game, I'm at Snake 50, just waiting for this guy to come. Colby runs up behind me and says, "Hey man, I'm almost out of paint." So it in about a 5-second period, we decided to bum rush the guy, and Colby ran up. We shot him. I shot the guy at home. Jared Sherman hung the flag. Like that was a good moment on the field. Man, like time's winding down. We got a plan. We figured it out, and we still hung the flag. Didn't let time run out. So that was a good time.
love it.
Good moment.
Yeah, the clutch moments definitely stick out in your head. So yeah, this next question is brought to us by 71 Designs. This season you've taken much more of a behind the scenes role. At least on your PB Leagues profile, you've only played one event this year compared to at this time last year, you played four, I think. However, you're listed as a staff member on a lot of different teams at a lot of different events. So what do you expect the rest of your 2025 season to look like?
So the rest of my 2025 season, I'll be supporting my teams, or the teams that me and my brand support: Beefy Boys, Rampage, UNT, Dirty D's, Lost Boys. But I will be mostly playing ICPLs, 5-man and 10-man. Our first event is in Maryland, the first event of the year, and that's where I'm going to do most of my playing this year. I still get out to Fit or A Field usually every weekend and get some spins, but right now, our teams that we are supporting are having some success, and keep that traction going. I'll
Love
play
it.
CPLs and support our guys and girls, beefy babes.
Love it. All right. So for everybody in here in the chat, I do want to thank you again for coming. We're getting towards the end of our episode, so now's your last chance to get in any questions for Jimmie. After the buzzer, Robert Jordan, he says, Dirty ICPL's team is coming for that pro spot this year.
Yes, sir. So the one thing about ICPL that's big is you can build an amateur team and win the series and earn the chance to play professionally. A lot of people might say, well, that's pro ICPL. Come play one. Come to some of these open practices, and I'm not saying you're not a good paintball player, but ICPL, there's a lot of talent there. There's old guys that will still shoot you off the break every time that you would never guess. And when you second guess them, they shoot you off the break on the hyperball field. So we are coming for it. Robert is correct. He is our coach, and he is a player anytime we can get him to an event.
I love it. All right. So this next question is brought to us by Hydra. So looking to the future, what's coming up next for I guess the dirty universe
So
between the company, the teams, the brand, like what all's next?
So what's next for us is we're going to continue to support our teams. We're going to really push to travel more as a brand. We've set up our booth. We got our booth start at Bunker Fest a season or two ago. That was great. They were all local to us. We gained some traction. People didn't just walk by and stare at us. They started to understand who we were. I really would like to do a small 10 by 10 at some of these smaller events. 10, 12 teams, drive out there, throw up a canopy, show off a few things. Like that's what I would like to see. We've got new products coming out. We're going to be dropping more woven straps. Each event, there'll basically be a drop, whether it's a printed tee or a woven strap or a hat. We'll announce that closer to the events. Will be set up at every USXBL this year.
Perfect. Yeah, I would definitely say come to the USXBLs. These three mans that are like, I think the new wave is this open X ball three man. So I would say, hey, come out to the next Splat Zone three man. Come out to the next San Antonio three man. I think there's so many newer players there, and they can start really making fleshing out their personalization in their head game.
For sure, man. Headbands, all kinds of stuff, man. Like I said, we aim to have stuff that our teams would need to win. So not only our branded stuff, but lenses, squeegees, pods at some point. Like if we are able to come to an event near you, that's what we will aim to have for you.
Perfect. All right. So, Jimmie, this question is brought to us by Get That Shot, who's a pro media member for, I believe, HK Army at the moment. And this question is one that I ask everybody that comes on the show to help get the word out on the sleepers, the up and comers, the guys flying under the radar. So, first message, Get That _shot on Instagram if you're needing media coverage at the upcoming NXL Atlantic City event. So, is there anybody in Texas? It could be a team, an individual player, another brand, a project. It could be a community member that you believe deserves more recognition for what they're doing.
Well, I think that all kinds of people do great things in paintball, and everyone could always use a little more recognition, man. It's like, that's a really hard one, because I have a lot of really close friends who have done a lot, from scenarios to tournaments to playing, running them, repping, all of that stuff. So I wouldn't say I can't give you just one, man. Like, paintball's been good to me. I've made so many good friends that have all done great things. So all of my friends that are doing good things in paintball.
Definitely a lot of individuals out there contributing in many, many ways. I think my shout outs, I'll give it to those that are hosting these three man events, like really giving back the local events that there's kind of been a hole there. I think there's, in my opinion, there's been kind of a great consolidation of divisions. Like, you've got the national scene, like you've got the NXL, you've got these big regional events that are picking up all of these divisions. Like when the NXL is doing a whole youth series where they're hosting D6 three man, like I think it's great and all, but I also think at the same time it shouldn't, like, the barrier to entry can be kind of high whenever you've got to include the travel expenses and if you're able to offer that just at your local field where you can just go down the street and, hey, we're going to go there a few times a year, and that, like, really bring in the local community aspect back into it.
So I do have a group that I'll mention on thinking about it. I won't mention anyone by name, but I'll just mention the group Possum Paintball. They are a group that they support certain teams. It's a lot of OG guys who played at a high level years ago. No one really knows about them, but the teams that they support do well. So I think Possum Paintball should get some recognition.
All right. Shout out to Possum Paintball. Yeah. And just to clarify before anybody pulls out their torches and pitchforks on me, like, when I'm talking about like the local grassroots stuff, like you hear Tom Cole come on these other podcasts all the time whenever he's saying, hey, if you have a good idea, that's great, but what they need at that level is for people to like do, like, actually perform their good ideas rather than just saying, hey, I've got a good idea. NXL, you do it. Because that just puts so much on them. And having more people contributing in these other ways and offering these other experiences in the game is it's definitely needed. And I salute those that are bringing it out this year.
Definitely, man.
Oh yeah. And Philip here in the chat, he says they're playing the open 3-man at Splat Zone in May, and the outlaw anodizing line is going to be a killer. Well, I cannot wait to see it. Philip, I'm going to be out there reffing you guys, so I'll have the front row seats.
That is a very solid 3-man line. That's who kept beating us last season. So,
all right. All right, so we'll see you there then. And I think that just about does it for our show. Jimmie, thank you so much for your time. Do you have any final shout outs or things you'd like to say before we sign off?
I'd just like to thank everyone who has supported our brand, who's come by the booth, maybe played an event with us. There's a lot of guys that we consider inner circle with us that maybe don't play a lot of paintball, but they're our friends and they know who they are. So thank y'all for the support. And that's really it. We'll see y'all at the event.
All right. I think that just about does it for our show. I'm not seeing any other questions in the chat. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to go follow Jimmie on Instagram at DMTBJimbo. Also follow Dirty by Design at dirty.bydesign. What other guests would you like to see on the show? Be sure to leave a comment down below. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button. The show goes live Wednesday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Central here on youtube.com/@Major League Paintball. And recordings are posted to YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify the next day. I want to give a quick shout out to my partner and sponsor tier subscribers on Patreon. Get That Shot, Paintball Kumite, BEM Raps, Hydra, XTPL Events, Mariachi Aguilas de Oro, the San Antonio 3v3 Series, 71 Designs, TexanHemp.com, QBRofficial.com, and the Splat Zone Trinity 3-man. So we will see you guys next week for episode 142. It will be the layout drop episode for NXL Atlantic City. So we'll see what player or coach or pro that I'm able to get on to help break that down. So we will see you all then. Jimmie, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Follow Beefy Boys at Beefy Boys PB. Thank you.